General earlier told the Council that the world could not afford to watch the two-state solution disappear. South Africa again accused Israel of violating international law, Security Council resolutions, and of overtly targeting humanitarian personnel and hindering humanitarian aid, which has been blocked from entering the enclave for almost 2 months. This as the UN warns that their stocks are being steadily depleted or have run out entirely, leaving more than 2 million people with severe shortages of food, water, medicine and other essential supplies.
This brutal approach by Israel shows disregard for the successful ceasefire arrangement that saw the most progress regarding the objective of the return of hostages kidnapped by Hamas, acts of terror which South Africa condemned from the onset. This only leads us to believe that Israel's intentions are consistent with the acts of genocide and further grave violation of international law. Israel's continued violation of UN Security Council Resolution 2334 of 2016, and particularly the continued expansion of illegal Israeli settlements, land confiscation, and home demolitions in the West Bank, shows further indifference to and active undermining of the legally binding decision of this Council.
While Pretoria pursues legal redress at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, Joyini amplified the calls for accountability for all atrocities, violations of human rights and war crimes committed against the Palestinian people.
We wish to also bring to the attention of the Member States a document entitled Public Dossier of Openly Available Evidence on the state of Israel's acts of genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza as of 4th February 2025. This document was submitted by South Africa to the President of the Security Council on 28 February 2024. The dossier, with the document number S/2025-130, contains publicly available material collected by South Africa evidencing genocidal conduct by Israel against Palestinians in Gaza. We encourage member states and other interested parties to access and read this report.
Also urged the Security Council to act decisively and urgently on the plight of the Palestinian people in an effort to preserve its credibility that has been undercut by its inability to stop this and other wars on its agenda, often due to a lack of consensus borne out in the use of the veto by certain powerful states.
Can be allowed to breach international law and at the same time call on others to abide by it. We must be decisive in our resolve to hold those responsible for the violation of international law accountable without exception. The Council must act now, not only in the interest of international peace and security, but to protect those innocent people most in need at this time when an abominable affront on our collective humanity is unfolding before our eyes.
Israel's South African-born deputy envoy defended its war conduct and denied there was a crisis in Gaza.
There is currently no evidence of a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Further, under Article 23 of the 4th Geneva Convention, a party is not obliged to allow in aid that is likely to support the enemy's military effort. And yet, this is exactly what Hamas has done, stealing aid from the civilian population and selling supplies to rebuild the terror machine. Still, some in the international community continue to draw dangerous false equivalencies, ignoring that Hamas alone began this war, continuing to prolong it, and still holds 59 hostages underground in inhumane conditions. 59 hostages who have never received an ounce of humanitarian aid.
More than 52,000 Palestinians have been killed in this war, hundreds of thousands forcibly displaced many times over, in what has been a brutal response to the brutal attack by Hamas in Israel on October 7th, 2023, that left about 1,200 people dead, with an additional 251 taken hostage. Shaun Briceby's SABC News, New York.